Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas, and I'm sliding into afternoon. Whoop, whoop. And it's another hot day, and we are still under heat advisories. I don't know about you, so staying inside, crafting, or catching up with projects is a good thing to do. So yes, you have missed out on some fun, but there's always more fun coming along. Last night we sat there and made this cute little box right here. This is with our bingo. And then we also made this cute little card right here. One of the things that was this on this here is we made a spinner out of it, right? I like spinners. I don't know about you, but it's just, it's always nice and different. And you missed out on some goodie treats. We actually had a packet here that had some drinks in there. I had a ribbon around it, took mine off. Always try to make an experience. I love this. This is a stress ball. And the bingo cards, right? We had regular bingo cards as well as the bingo here. And let's see what else I can share with you. Oh, here's another one. So we also had little gifts, right? Hand sanitizer with some, this one is pink lemonade chapstick. And then we had flip-flop Post-it notes. So there, that's what you missed last night from bingo. So if you want to stay up to date and catch the next round of fun that we do, you just need to sign up for my newsletter, and it is listed below. Let's go down the hands. Let me show you what we're going to do today. This is the last of Creating with Lilies of the Valley, and today I'm focusing on Valleys in Bloom, which is the designer series paper, and this is a new die set and stamp set that's coming out on September 1st, Scalloped Christmas Cheer dies. And I'm going to show you what we can do with it. Sometimes we think just because something's designed for Christmas, that's what we have to use it for. And that is absolutely not true, right? So let me bring us where we're working today. And I'm seeing where I put my basket here. Oh, here, right here. All right, today I'm going to create a pop-up photo. And photo card, far as that goes. So I'm not going to see the photo first. I'm going to save that aside. That's last. Let's start with the inside. So we've got different components I've put together here. They're designed. And I love this paper. So even with the dice, see how delicate that looks? And I really wanted to capture that because this is a special moment in time for someone. And they have a birthday coming up. And I wanted to have something special for their birthday too. So I'm going to start with the inside of the card first. And my measurements on this are, look at my cheat sheet notes here. Okay, so this is 3.5, and I'll write it down for you. I have to find something I can write with because last night I pretty much exhausted the ink on practically everything I had. Let's see if this one's working. 3.5 by 9.25. 1/4, and it's scored at 4 5/8 and 7 1/4. All right, and you need that 7 1/4 because that's what's going to be your pop up. So here we are at 4 5/8, and here we are at 7 1/4. So it's going to give you, this is going to be my pop up mechanism, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the inside first. And then we'll come to the outside. So I made it just 1/8 of an inch less on all sides. And you may say that's pretty paper. Yes, it is, but I still like it. I still like it as the background. And we're going to cover most of this up. And that's okay too. It's because it's about creating for someone else. So yeah, keep in mind, sometimes, we think of creating for ourselves. Well, that's true if you're going to keep it for yourself. I mean, I have some favorite ones I've kept, but I've gone and made another one to give to somebody else. Okay? This is from that set I just showed you, and I cut it in so I can just put it right in here. Okay? So I'm not stamping a sentiment yet because I haven't decided if I'm just going to make this a special occasion card for this person or if I'm going to give it to them for their birthday. But I know it's going to be inspiration for sure. So I do know, and I have my stamp set with me, I do know that life's an adventure. And you've heard me talk about that enough. And life is an adventure. For me anyway, and I enjoy it some days, most days, right? There are a few times. So I'm going to actually go to the Sunset Coast, and I'm going to put on the inside, wishing you a lifetime of joy, right? Because I can. And you know what? I do. It's going to fit. It's going to go over. So I'm going to have to fit it right in between some of the scallops there. And I'm okay with that. If I go to sleep tonight and change my mind, okay, then I could just do it over again tomorrow. But today, this is what I want. Right? We want what we want, and that's just that. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. And I was thinking, as I was preparing for this and all, I said, you could just as easily make that an easel card, right? Or do it sideways, but the only thing is then I can't do the pop-up like I want to with this one. So I'm just going to make sure that my lifetime of joy is going to be right in there. All right, so that way my letters are going to fall right in the scallop part right there. And it didn't go into anything that wasn't going to show the letters. All right, so this is the part here, right here, okay? Now this is the card base, basically. And here's going to be the card front. Now I'm just going to sit up here and I'm just going to glue. This is going to fit right. I made sure it fit perfectly in this. So when you sit there and die cut this, it's going to leave this frame right here, right? So what I did is I designed this that when I put this on back, right, because this is going to be the fold, I just want this to adhere. So all I have to do is flip this over. It doesn't matter. I don't have anything on the front side yet. I'm just going to glue this part down. And it's going to fit directly in the center of this. And that's why I've got the odd measurements that I have. You may say it's odd measurements. And that's because I designed it specifically to put in on the back of this, right dead in the center here. Because I didn't want it to show through the little scalloped edges here. I just wanted it to fit right on the back side, right in this area right here. Okay? So you see the lines are my alignment here, right? Okay. So when I sit there and flip this over, this is what it's going to look like. And this does fit in your standard envelope. So don't think it's too big. It's not. I can show you. In one of my Judy ones, this is because when I do retreats or a club or anything, and mine's a little bit different than everybody else's for whatever reason. Usually I did some kind of mistake or something, opportunity for creativity. See how that slides right in? So when you pull the die out and you look at it to begin with, it doesn't look like it's going to fit in the envelope. But when you die cut it, it will fit in the regular envelope. I just wanted to show you that. All right, we're going to add some layering. So here was the next size down. And I just sat there and turn around and die cut it. Then I embossed it, right, with the embossing folder. The one with goes with the lilies. But before I put any of this on, I'm going to distress it. Because I thought the distress look really just goes really nice with this pretty paper. Yes, so yes, if you leave a comment over, I am trying to see. We had done the sound this morning to make sure the sound was going to be okay. So, if it's not okay, let me know. Some of you told me I had an echo last week, and so my techie was here this morning, bright and early, before she went to her daytime job, to see if she could see what the issue was and fix it. All right. So I'm just distressing it by just scraping this along. So just want to be careful. Vellum, when you distress it right, you can actually cut it sometimes like I did there, but it's okay. It'll still give the look I'm going to want. Because the picture that I'm going to be using is really dreamy too. And this paper is dreamy, so it's just me a good mix. I'm already trying to think what I would do during the Christmas holidays with this. I want to use a photo, or family photo, right? I haven't decided yet. All right, but this, I wanted it so that she could sit there and be inspired and put this in her room or wherever she wanted to be inspired for a given day. I'm sure I glue everywhere, I guess. And right, this is vellum. So I'm just going to put adhesive in the center. It's going to be covered. So I'm just going to go right down the middle just like that. That way I don't have to worry about anything. And I'm just going to make sure it's just going to go over a tad. I went like 1/8 of an inch over just so I could have that little vellum and I could sit there and do that. And then we'll do the same thing here with this here. I'm going to go and distress the edges. You know, somebody asked me if I do bingo every month. No, I don't do bingo every month. So, like in October, we'll do our retreat, and we have bingo at the retreat at the end of the day. Then I try to do stamp camps or something else, and then I'll just put a bingo in there somewhere too. So usually something once a month beyond my club that I have once a month as well too. So we're just stressing it. So this is part of the free class to go, right, for the month. So you have until the 31st of August, right, to sit up there and place an order and get the class kit for free. So actually, I think there's 4 projects, I believe. 4 or 5, I'm not sure. I know it's for sure 4, right? Okay, and we're just going to put this right here. And again, I'm just going to glue this down. And then the next one you can put on dimensionals, right? And I'm not worried about the edges because I just want it to be, give it the, right, just give it that soft touch. And put this right here. To me, this just gives it a little bit of a dreamy, the paper's dreamy in its felt period. And then I'm just going to put this up here on dimensionals. Now, so I'm doing this one way, and I'll tell you the other thought I have that I think would be just as cute is turn around and do this again, but cut out the center so you have just the scallop part as the frame. I thought that would be really cool too, and put a picture in the center of that. I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this left over here. This is really good if you got a real narrow area that you need, but for me at the moment, it's just a great way to use what I have handy. Yes. So you have to let me know what the weather's like where you're at. Most of us last night, we did it Zoom, right? So a lot of classes and all I do on Zoom. So a lot of people are having hot weather. All right, then we have our photo here that we're going to put right in here. I trimmed it to make sure it fit right in the center there. So what do you think? You have to let me know what you think. I am debating. See, like I said, I think it'd be pretty with the frame right around it too, since I made sure this fits right in here. I left it just like that, so that when I did it, I had the choice of I wanted if I needed. It was a little bit larger, right? So if you're going to do this, what I did was I actually made the photo a little bit bigger than I needed, and that way I could just trim it down. And that's how I trimmed it down. If you want to, another piece of it to be more focal, then I would just size it up and cut out whatever it is you want to be focal, right? And because I'm putting this on something that's been embossed, I'm using glue, right? So I don't really have to worry about alignment. I'm just going to use the little dots right here created by the die cutting, and I'll just make sure it's pulled over right in the center of it, right? Line everything up because that's my sign. Okay, and there we go. We have it right there. And then, so this is actually, I printed mine out on a glossy paper, if you want it, and I might have to do it in a heavier because that's really, really thin. I might want it a little bit heavier. And then I'm going to have this right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this up on dimensionals because this is what's going to allow us to pop up the picture, right? And I really like the idea of I'm seriously contemplating putting that frame on there only because, right, I want it to look like a picture frame, but it's not. It's something lightweight that's actually on cardstock and all that. They don't have to worry about accidentally knocking off, right, and causing it to break or anything like that. Not that we can redo it or anything, but, Okay, I need to center this. I thought I was busy talking and not paying attention to centering. So it's not, yeah, it's not going to go there perfectly, but she's got her message there. And I could have made it move a little bit higher. I can sit there and put her name and put anything else I want to up there. Or you can wait till later. The main thing is I got it where it's going to pop up. So I'm going to look for something inspirational that I can put down here, because I will tell you right here you have a space of, let's see what we got here. You have a space. So actually that's what I was working towards. How much do you have in between? So this is, you could easily put 3/4 of an inch in here by like 2 7/8 or 1 7/8, right? So you could, and that's what I thought it was. I would put something here, or I might even just put it right here. I was thinking maybe a scripture or something. I haven't decided yet, but I wanted it for the inspiration, right? So this is what you end up with when you get through popping up. And isn't that cute and just easy to do? It took more time, right, to decide what I wanted to use and sit there and do this. And then when she opens it up, she can have it here. You can also put, right, we can also put cardstock in between here with a very vanilla, or here as well. And so if you wanted to put more than one sentiment, or you want to put a scripture or anything else, that would be very easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? It's just something simple and easy. And then I wanted to show you this is new coming out. And I think it's just an easy way, right, to sit there and create something beautiful and to give to someone. That's what it's all about, right? I'll do it up here, and you see it up here. It's all about, so there you go, right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. So I already know who I'm going to give this to. And I know I'm going to have to make another few more for some of the other princesses in my life. But hey, you know what? That's what it's about. It's about creating, sharing, and giving. So go out there, create, share, and give, and make a difference in someone else's life. So with that, be blessed. Have an amazing week. And look forward to seeing you soon. We will be, let's see, this Sunday at 4 o'clock, we'll be live with Kid Together. So join us. That's when we give away door prizes. And we just take it from, you just need to either put an emoji, a comment, or something, some way that we have a name to put in the drawing. And then we just post the winners on Facebook on the afternoon of Sunday as well. So be blessed. See you soon. And thank you for supporting us here, as well as on Instagram and YouTube. Be blessed. Bye.